The Brocade. Once upon a time in China, there was a poor widow who lived with her 3 sons in a little house made of stone. Her house was grey, and so was the rocky landscape all around her. However, the inside of her house was filled with many colors, because this woman was a wonderful seamstress. With her colorful threads, she could embroider fabulous animals, flowers, and birds onto white cloth. Whenever she needed food, she would bring some of her embroideries to the market and would exchange them for a bit of rice. That way, herself and her children could eat. One night, she had a dream. She dreamt that she was in a place that looked a little bit like her own village, but was also very different. In that place the ground was covered in green grass, with flowers of all different colors. There were trees with birds singing on them. There was a little stream, and you could see sheep and cows grazing on the hills. When the woman woke up, she found herself back in her cold, stony house. She got an idea. She would embroider all the beautiful things she had seen in her dream. She started working straight away. She worked all day and all night and barely slept. The first year, she worked so hard that her eyes started to cry, and wherever a tear dropped, she would embroider a part of the stream over it. The second year, she worked so hard that her eyes started to cry tears of blood, and wherever the blood would fall, she would make the flowers of the garden and the red rays of the sun over it. By the end of the third year, she had finished her picture, her brocade. "That's it," she said. "That's exactly the place I saw in my dream." She was filled with joy. She called her 3 sons. The brocade looked so beautiful. They had never seen anything so beautiful in their lives. One of the sons said, "Mother, let's bring your work outside, to the light, so that we can see it better." They brought the brocade outside. Just as they had placed it on the ground, a gust of wind came and took the brocade away. The mother threw her arms towards the sky and screamed, "Quick! Run after it!" The 3 sons tried to run after the brocade, but it was too late. The brocade had flown away. When her sons came back empty-handed, the woman fainted. Her sons brought her inside the house. The mother started wasting away. She refused to eat. She was slowly dying. She said to her oldest son, "You need to go and look for my brocade. If you haven't come back within a year, you will never see me alive again." 1 year passed, and the oldest son never came back. The woman was as skinny as death itself. She barely spoke. One morning, however, she said to her second son, "Your brother has forgotten us. You need to go and look for the brocade, and if you haven't come back within a year—" 2 little tears fell down her cheeks. The second son too got lost. When he didn't return, the mother called her last son, the youngest. "I am as weak as a fly," she said. "I will soon be dead, so hurry. Go and look for my brocade, and don't forget me." The third son, named Chen, started walking towards the rising sun, just like his brothers. He walked across valleys and mountains, eating wild berries when he was hungry. He arrived in front of a wide plain. There he saw a stone house, and beside the house a horse, standing very still. The horse's mouth was open, and his neck was stretching towards some hay. "Why is he not eating?" wondered the young man. As he got closer, he realized the horse was made of stone. An old woman came out of the house. She was smiling. "I was waiting for you," she said. "I know that you are looking for your mother's brocade. Your brothers told me everything. They were here before you. I told them the path to the brocade was very hard, so I gave them some money, so that they could go back home. They are now living in the city. And you, what will you choose?" "I don't want any money," said Chen. "I just want to find my mother's brocade. If you know the way, please tell it to me." The woman said, "Listen, it wasn't just the wind that took your brocade away. It was a fairy wind. The fairies from the enchanted mountain found it so beautiful that they wanted to make a copy of it. You can only reach the land of the fairies by using this horse." "The horse of stone?" wondered the young man. "This is what you need to do. Take out your teeth and put them in the horse's mouth. Then the horse will be able to eat some food, and he will take you to the brocade. First, you will have to cross the flames of a volcano, the crevasses of a glacier, and the storms of the ocean. If you like, I can help you get your teeth out," said the woman. "No need," said the boy. He took a stone and broke his teeth. When he went to put them into the horse's mouth, they went in as easily as if the horse's jaw had been made of Play-Doh. The horse ate some food and became strong again. The boy rode the horse. He came to a black rocky desert. On top of it, there was a mountain of fire. The horse rode through the fire. The young man thought his skin was burning, but he left the volcano unharmed. Chen rode over a wide snowy plain. He crossed it trembling. Then came the ocean, huge and grey. Chen dived in the waves with his horse. And one morning, Chen arrived in front of a green mountain. He saw the fairies in the middle of a prairie. They were sitting and embroidering. In the middle of their circle there was the brocade. The fairies gave Chen a warm welcome. They were beautiful, especially the youngest one. Chen fell in love with her straight away. The young fairy said, "We know why you have come. You are looking for your mother's brocade. We are nearly finished with it. When we saw it, we found it so beautiful that we wanted to make a copy of it. Sorry it took us so long. We just need one more day. Stay with us until it is ready. You will be our guest." That evening, Chen and the youngest fairy went out for a walk. She said, "We will have to say goodbye very soon. Before that, I want to give you a special gift. She took a golden thread, embroidered her silhouette onto the brocade, and disappeared. The next day, Chen left with the brocade. He arrived back at his mother's house. He ran inside to show her the brocade. It was so beautiful. It seemed to shine all around the house. His mother was so happy to have it back. She said, "Let's bring it outside so we can see it better." They brought the brocade outside. Suddenly, there was a gust of wind and the brocade flew up into the sky. This time, it didn't disappear, but it stretched and stretched and stretched until it covered the whole landscape. Now, instead of the grey rocks, there was grass and trees and birds and flowers. There was cattle grazing on the mountain, and by the running stream there was a fairy. Chen ran towards her. She was the young fairy who had embroidered her silhouette on the brocade. They kissed and laughed. They got married a few days later. Chen, his fairy wife, and his mother all lived happily ever after.